Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be looking at the state of alts. So this is going to be a bit of a general topic, looking at alts in general, how they are doing versus Bitcoin, and looking in particular at the alt Bitcoin charts. I'm not going to be charting versus USD today, it's going to be simply versus Bitcoin. So alts have had, until recently, quite a strong rally. You can see here Bitcoin dominance has been declining from the 70 area all the way down to the 50 area, 50% dominance for quite a while. So we've had alt season for quite a while. Bitcoin dominance is still in a general downtrend. There's no denying that. However, we can see here such a strong pump is now starting to occur on the Bitcoin dominance. And when this starts to happen, alts are going to get hammered. If Bitcoin dumps, alts are going to dump more. If Bitcoin pumps, alts are going to pump less. The dominance is just going to keep going up. Right now it is looking bullish, so a majority of my portfolio is currently in Bitcoin. I'm not holding much else at the moment. I am holding some spot Litecoin, some spot Binance coin, some Chainlink, and some Swipe, but it's a very small percentage of my overall portfolio. Those are for long-term investment. I'm not actively longing any of the alts at the moment. Most of my capital is mostly in Bitcoin just because it's looking a lot stronger than the alts at the moment. The alts in general are looking quite weak. There are some exceptions. Some alts are looking a bit better than others, such as Litecoin. However, the general picture is that alts are not looking very good at the moment. So this is the Bitcoin dominance. We are pretty much on this quite important horizontal level for the Bitcoin dominance at the moment. If we break this, we could be seeing even more money flowing into Bitcoin. So this is an important level I'm going to be watching. The trend smasher indicator is green on here, so we are bullish on Bitcoin dominance, which means we are bearish on alts. Now, this doesn't mean alts are not going to go up versus USD. It just means that the investing in Bitcoin could be a more profitable investment compared to alts at the moment, just because the Bitcoin dominance is going up and market cap is going into Bitcoin rather than alts. So, as I mentioned, today's video is going to be a bit different than the usual one. I'm going to be charting strictly versus Bitcoin. I'm not going to be looking at any USD charts. This is so that we can get the best general picture of the state of alts at the moment. So, and we're also going to be looking only on higher time frames, so probably the 2-day is going to be what I'm looking at mostly. So let's look at Litecoin versus Bitcoin. So for those who watched my last video, I already looked at this, so I'm going to go over this one a bit briefly. Litecoin is showing slightly bullish signs now versus Bitcoin. I know it has gone down a little bit recently since my last video. However, we do have some green candles here. Green price, green RSI, and green volume. So things are starting to look decent there. So that's a good sign to... So that's some good signs. However, as I have mentioned, we are in a Bitcoin dominance is going up massively, and Litecoin has had a very, very large downtrend, a very strong downtrend. So, the trend is your friend. The trend is down. These green candles are nice positive signs, but they're not signs to really be going in anytime soon. We have to see something a lot stronger than this before I think that Litecoin's really going to pull away from Bitcoin. Versus USD, sure, it can go up, but I think versus Bitcoin, we're going to really need to see some stronger reaction from this area before I get really excited on Litecoin. So let's look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So Ethereum is looking a lot worse than Litecoin at the moment. You can see here we've been in quite a downtrend. The candles have been red since 0.036, and we're now down to 0.03. So we are in a downtrend on Ethereum. Ethereum to me right now doesn't look like a buy versus Bitcoin. I would much rather be investing in Bitcoin right now compared to Ethereum. Just looking at this graph, we are obviously below the moving average. The candles are red. The trend is down, so I'm not buying any Ethereum at the moment, on the 2-day chart at least. The trend is definitely down at the moment for Ethereum. Let's have another look just how. Yeah, the price change oscillator is in the red, RSI is in the red, so yeah, this is looking quite bearish to me versus Bitcoin. In regards to potential targets for Ethereum, I would say this area, and let's see what else. I would say, so I think this is a very important level that we really need to hold here. If we lose this level, I can easily see us going down to 0.028 versus Bitcoin. For those of you that aren't used to charting versus this can go down in a few different ways really. If Bitcoin goes up and Ethereum goes up but goes up less, then this can go down. Or if Bitcoin goes up and Ethereum stays where it is, this can go down. Or if Bitcoin dumps and Ethereum dumps more, then this can go down. So those are the different ways that this can go down. But what this is telling me is that right now Ethereum is not a stronger investment than Bitcoin. Right now, I'd much rather be accumulating Bitcoin than Ethereum, looking at this. So let's look at another one I quite like, Binance Coin. Let's look at Binance Coin versus Bitcoin. So Binance Coin is looking, we have red candles here, so that is a bit bearish. However, the chart is looking a lot nicer than Ethereum's, I would say. I'm just having a look. However, we did lose this upward trend. We've broken down through it, and we have red candles. So, I mean, this is bearish. This is still bearish. It looks better than Ethereum's in my opinion, but it's still bearish. I wouldn't be getting Binance Coin either versus compared to Bitcoin. We've broken down the moving averages as well. So all three of these are starting to turn bearish. The candles are bearish. So right now Binance Coin for me is not looking that bullish either. So let's see what else we can look at. Let's look at Chainlink. This is yeah, Chainlink doesn't look good at all. Very bearish. It was giving bearish signs at 0.001. It's now at, wow, it's gone. Now it's at 0.0009. So we've been bearish for quite a while. So we're down pretty much 30% versus Bitcoin since the warning sign started there. And we've had some green candles, but nothing strong here. So Chainlink also doesn't look like a very good investment right now. Looking at it versus Bitcoin. Yep, it's looking bearish. I mean, I think most of you are realizing now the story is that most alts are looking quite bearish versus Bitcoin at the moment. So, yep, that's looking bearish for sure. Let's look at Swipe. This is probably one of the worst charts I've seen. Yeah, this is the worst chart I've seen today. It's pretty much just down. There's no green candles at all versus Bitcoin here. In fact, looking at this now is making me reconsider my my spot swipe that I have. Even though it's a very small percentage, I'm starting to reconsider it looking at this chart. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Let's look at how much it's gone down since the trend smasher turned red. So let's consider this is the first red candle that it closed. It's down 67% versus Bitcoin since the trend smasher turned red. So that's very strong. It's starting to look worse as well. It's starting to go into the red area also, which is an overly bearish sign on this chart. Yeah, so right now Swipe is not a buy either. Not at all. Let's try and see if we can find an alt that actually looks good. Let's look at YFI. Let's try and see how that looks. That'll be my last. We don't have enough data on YFI to be able to look at its chart, so we'll scrap that. So I think we'll leave it at that. So today we've looked at Litecoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Swipe, and Chainlink. We can see that the general picture is that most alts are looking overly bearish at the moment. Only Litecoin is looking slightly okay. Most of them are looking bearish, don't look like very good buys versus Bitcoin at the moment. Things can change. I'm going to keep everyone updated with videos and keep people updated on my Twitter at SmasherCrypto for when I start to see some sort of reversals on coins. But right now, alts are not looking very good at all. I would be quite careful in getting into alts at the moment. And this isn't financial advice. Obviously, do your own due diligence. But from my experience, from watching a lot of people over the years getting into crypto, catching falling knives is a very dangerous thing to do. And whenever you think you've caught the bottom, there's usually another dump. So what I would do is, when looking at these charts, is that I would wait for stronger signs of reversal before I start accumulating alts. I don't want to be knife catching alts at the moment. I want to see some strength in alts and a bit of a reversal before I start going in and buying them. But that's just my opinion. Do your own due diligence. If you have any questions, feedback, suggestions, just pop a comment down below in my YouTube channel or follow me at my Twitter at SmasherCrypto. If you have any suggestions for coins you'd like me to look at, any coins that have done particularly well versus Bitcoin, then please suggest those as well. I'll be happy to look at them. Alright, have a good one.